Hello and welcome to the 6th progress report for Foxo Fun Schoolhouse. Where am I? Guys, I'm really sorry I've been gone for so long. Things around here haven't been the greatest. I've needed some time to readjust everything, including these freaking lights. I'm slowly losing power here as we speak. Anyway, yeah, I'm back. Today, I'll be covering everything that I've done for the past 3 months, those being February, March, and April. Remember when I said I was terrified for the upcoming months? I am both excited and also terrified. Yeah. Progress time! Like I stated in the last progress report, I finally made a proper monthly schedule for everything up to release. In this month, I was mostly busy doing more Power Friendship characters, as I'd rather do this now than rush them near the end of development. A very important thing in 2.0 for Power Friendship is making sure every single character has a unique ability. In Legacy, most of the characters would just wander around and do nothing, or hindered you the entire time. To continue that trend, we needed to tackle one of the most difficult characters to get by, and no offense, by the way, Colin! Colin in Legacy would charge at you if you got too close. If you breathe too close. This isn't necessarily the issue here. It's the fact that he'll charge at you no matter what. Whether you're standing outside of his view, or if he's quite literally on the other side of the map, or walking all the way around, it would take so much time to the point where he'd be better off just staying in that same spot. Energy conservation, am I right? So, what did we do in 2.0 to improve upon this? We gave him eyes. Engine-wise, you must be in his point of view before he'll run to you. Applause. Another thing we changed is that you can actually get out of being dragged. When he interacts with you, a little minigame will pop up on the screen. By using the A and B buttons, or your left analog stick on your controller, you must balance this metal square thing. The conveyor belt changes direction, and depending on how many times you get caught by Colin, this will get harder. Much harder. That is pretty much all we tweaked regarding Colin. Another thing I haven't touched on too much is that while we want to improve enjoyment for this game, we don't want to strip away too much of what made Legacy, Legacy. Well, Legacy isn't exactly the pinnacle of perfection. It's far from it. Look at that freaking wall texture. It is, at the end of the day, 2.0's roots, and I strongly believe it shouldn't stray too far. Now that I had another Power Friendship character behind my back, I could focus on some other stuff. Very important stuff. Here's Endless Mode. Kind of. I got the functionality for Endless Mode working, and just like in Legacy, you could technically apply this to any mode, and it worked relatively fine, at most with some tiny tweaks. Does this mean that I will turn Endless Mode into an insanity modifier? Will you be able to play Endless Mode in the cave? I don't know, maybe. On the topic of insanity modifiers, I'm not a big fan of the way Legacy currently does them, and I think even then I wasn't too happy with the way they were executed. There's not many of them, and they don't add too much. That's why I'd like to make them more customizable this time around, kind of like the way the rhythm game Osu handles its modifiers. An example of what I'd like to do is change the speedy option to allow you to set a specific speed, because let's be real, triple speed is way too fast. This could very well be something I only expand upon after 2.0 comes out, but it's an idea that I've wanted to propose for a while. Let me know if you'd like to see this in the game. There's 2 more things I did this month. I added the Fearful Harmony Seeker. I already hinted at this near the end of progress report number 5. For all of you PS1 fanatics, yes, I tried my best to get it as accurate as possible. You're welcome. Doors and swinging doors can now be opened by NPCs. This is something that I for some reason didn't think of adding until now, but to me, this makes a huge difference.
They're so little. I checked this off, I checked that off. Is that all I had to do this month?
I've never been out here. I had a week full of tests at the start of this month. That wasn't fun. This month, I was incredibly focused on some stuff that I legally cannot show yet. What I can show you, however, are new pause menus. We finally have proper pause menus for everything. A start on a new extra mode exclusive to 2.0, Cosmic Wander. I'm honestly not sure if I'll even be adding this in base 2.0. I might push it to 2.1 to ensure it's actually any good, but basically it revolves around space exploration. I don't know what the goal is here. You might fight an evil black hole. I don't know. Chicken. Remember Classic Nightmare? Like the mode already suggests, this is based off of a very different era of Foxo Fun Schoolhouse's development. However, there are some big discrepancies here. You can take a look at those yourself. In 2.0, I wanted to make sure it really felt like those old versions, so BAM! Something you might notice is that the assets are new. 2 reasons for that. I didn't want to use 2.0's assets because I feel that something Legacy shouldn't carry the design language of 2.0. Using Legacy's textures also wouldn't be a good idea, because of this eyesore dithering I used. Thanks, 2022 me. So, I did the next best thing. I remade all the textures to match Legacy. I actually lied about this being Classic Nightmare. Instead, say hello to classic mode and a legacy update. So in secrets, mostly because of how disastrous 1.2's release was, I wanted to fix up some stuff that was really bothering me in Legacy. So I did. Fearful Harmony and the blue screen of death name secrets no longer softlock the game. I sped up the menu transitions, and I re-added 𝗦𝗢𝗛𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗙𝗀̱ cutscene. I also removed the awful glitching noises that plagued Chaos Mode. You can skip the good ending credits, you can hold the mouse down to shoot lasers because I don't want to risk people getting hand injury, and at last, you can smash ingredients down like you can in 2.0. Alongside updating Legacy in 2026, which is already absurd enough, 𝗍𝗍 offered to make an awesome trailer for 2.0. If you're wondering where this clip of me screaming is from, it's from this really old video of me playing the Super Mario World NES bootleg. Look, should I continue the series? That would make it like the longest running channel on freaking... On to April. April was mostly a month full of visual upgrades. Again, just so I don't have to do all of it near the end of development. There are a few major things that happened this month, however, with one of those being the addition of difficulty. This is a very important addition because it makes this game 10 times more accessible for people who aren't as familiar with all these basics, or simply find such games too tedious. Easy is geared towards people who haven't played all these basics. Classic is ruthless Foxo Fun Schoolhouse, plain and simple. And normal is a good balance between the two. Now, onto some minor changes and additions. I added the bottle of RNG back to the game. This time around, you have a visual effect when you get split up. Onto some very tiny quality of life stuff. The separate music and SFX sliders now work. You can right-click these sliders to go backwards, and the options menu is almost complete. April was honestly pretty good, all things considered. I know it doesn't seem like I did much, but there's genuinely like 30 minutes of new content that I can't legally show. I'm going to end this progress report now. Again, sorry for the lack of progress reports and uploads in general. School's gotten more and more busy, and I know I can't keep making that excuse, but I'm already sacrificing my grades enough, and I don't want to cause any problems. So this will have to do until the end. Thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. I don't get it. What is all this? Why am I here? Welcome. You have any memories of this? It feels like I do, but I can't exactly remember what it was. Let me explain this to you. I'm gonna need you to listen. I do remember him. He was an older version of me from 4 years ago. Okay guys, I'm going to sleep. Goodbye.
Why do I do it like this, bro? I'm gonna get made fun of now because it's corny. God damn.